What is up, everybody, and welcome to Zone TV. My name is Pastor Jonathan, and today is a very special day because not only do we have some amazing boys and girls in the audience, boys and girls, let me hear you. Very good, but we also have some pretty cool grown-ups. Let me hear you, grown-ups. Come on, make some noise. Yeah, that's right. Today is Zone Takeover, and in the next few minutes, we're gonna have a lot of fun. But first, let's buckle up, because we're about to take a journey back into the past to take a look at all the great stuff we've learned this month as part of our series, Shareable. If you're ready, say, hit it! This month in the Zone, we've been learning all about sharing. Mr. Will and Miss Delaney attempted to go viral a few too many times. Sheriff Cher caught Mr. Jonathan not sharing a lot. And my favorite part was sharing a meal each week with a Zone kid and their family. At Jackson's house, we learned that, like the widow at the temple, it's important to share what we do have, even if it doesn't feel like a lot. God uses what we have to do big things. We can share kindness, encouragement, or we can even share by praying for others. While making chicken and waffles with Jabari, we listened to the story about Saul's transformation to Paul and how God called Ananias to share with Paul, even though Ananias thought he was a little scary. We decided we should let God change our minds about the things we don't want to share. In Mary Grace's kitchen, we learned that sometimes sharing that matters the most is the hardest, like Rahab and the spies in the Promised Land. But even when it's hard, God will bless us big time. And last week, we learned just how sweet sharing can be while making ice cream sundaes with Casey. Just like the story of Paul and Silas sharing Jesus with the prison guard, we too can share Jesus with our friends. Our God is too cool, too big, and too amazing to keep to ourselves. All caught up? Great! Now, here's Miss Delaney.
What is up, everybody? I'm Miss Delaney, and this is my trusty assistant, Mr. Will. Nice entrance, Mr. Will. Anyway, I am so excited you guys are with us today because we are gonna have a lot of fun. Isn't that right, Mr. Will? All right then. Our topic today in the Zone is sharing. And I know what you're thinking. You said today was gonna be fun. Sharing is not fun, but don't you worry. Just leave it to me and Mr. Will. How many entrances are you gonna have today?
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV.
Are you done now? Good, because this right here, this is a speed sermon, and that means we race the clock to tell an amazing story straight from the Bible, starting now. Let's talk about sharing. There are lots of things in this world that are better when we share them. Things like food, or a movie, or board games. But if we're all really honest, there are certain things we'd rather not share. Things we love just a little bit too much to let go of. In fact, on some days, we might even decide we have nothing to share at all. If that's you, don't panic. Good job not panicking. Today, we have got the secret of sharing. The secret of sharing is simply this: everybody has something to share. Maybe you're thinking, psh, how can you say everybody has something to share? You don't know me? Well, maybe that's true. I don't know you. But here in the Zone, whenever we have questions that need answers, we go straight to the Bible. And the Bible tells us in 2 Corinthians 9:8 that God will generously provide all that we need. Then we will always have everything we need and plenty left over to share with others. How about now? Are you convinced that everybody has something to share? Well, if you still need some convincing, I've got a story to share that's gonna blow you away. Now, sit up straight and tall because it's story time. Now, when our story begins, Jesus is with his disciples, preaching to the multitudes. The Bible tells us there was also a little boy with a basket of fish and bread. At around dinner time, Jesus noticed that everyone was getting hungry, but no one had brought any food with them, except of course, the little boy. Now, when I read this story in the Bible, I imagine the little boy holding his basket, watching Jesus talk to his disciples. The disciples say, it's getting late. Jesus says, you're right. The disciple says, everyone's getting hungry. Jesus says, I know. Disciples say, so we should probably send everyone home. Jesus says, no! Instead, how about you feed them? Pause. Now, right here at this moment, the little boy knows he's the only one around with any food. But he only has 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. That's definitely not enough. Why would he share what he has when it seems so small, so not helpful? They might laugh in his face, they might call him names, they might yell at him and tell him to go away. No, he definitely shouldn't share what's in his basket. Or should he? What do you think? Raise your hand if you think he should share what's in his basket. Really? But the crowd was huge, and his lunch was really, really tiny. You really think he should share what's in his basket? Wow. Well, let's see what happens next. The Bible tells us the boy decided to offer his stuff in his basket, even though it seemed like not enough. Now, this is a pretty important choice because even when the disciples didn't know what to do with the basket, Jesus did. Now, sit up straight and tall because this is a super important part. Jesus took the bread and the fish and he prayed over it. Now, what happens next? Not even the boy could believe. Jesus kept passing out the fish and passing out the bread. It just kept coming and coming and coming and coming. It was multiplying before everyone's eyes. It was an honest to goodness miracle. The Bible tells us that because of the little basket of food the little boy decided to share, 5,000 families ate and were full. And not only that, but there were 12 baskets of food left over. It didn't add up, but it happened just the same. Because that's what Jesus does every time we offer to share what's in our hands. He takes it and multiplies it beyond our imagination. He takes what we think is natural and makes it supernatural. He's done it before and he wants to do it with you. So, what's in your basket? What are you too afraid to share because you think it's too small or not enough? Maybe God is waiting to multiply it and share it with everyone. Maybe what you have to share is a miracle waiting to happen. Well, that's our speed sermon. And if you're still not sure sharing is fun, just wait till you see what Jesus can do with it. Am I right, Mr. Will?
What's up, everybody? Man, this is Zone Takeover. We're so excited you guys are here, and we figured today's topic is sharing, right?
Sharing.
All about sharing. So we thought we might share a little car ride with you, you know, have you ride along with us.
Yeah.
And what's a car ride without some tunes? Am I right, my main man, Mr. Will?
Totally. And since you're driving, I'll take care of the tunes because we're safe and everything.
We're very safe.
I have this song, and it's a couple of friends singing along, and I figured
We're friends.
We're friends.
We're friends.
So it works out. You guys may recognize it. Let me know. It's from this little movie called Lion King.
I think
so-
I have heard of that one.
Hakuna Matata.
Oh wait. Whoa. That's
What
not, that's
a
wrong.
wonderful
That's wrong version.
phrase.
Sorry. Here we
Hakuna
go.
Matata.
That's right. That's right.
What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata.
Ain't no
Passing craze. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata.
Oh man, that was fun. Oh my gosh. I don't know how this always happens, but we
What?
are running into somebody who I think everybody knows. Please give it up for the one, the only Pastor Matt Roden! What is going on? Man, I had no idea Pastor Matt just walked on the sidewalk and just prayed over the whole city of Tampa
I
every
was just
day.
randomly roaming the streets like I do. You
That
know,
is
so.
such a coincidence.
I know,
All right,
man.
so hey, it's Zone Takeover weekend.
Yeah?
So glad you could join us because
Absolutely.
we're talking about sharing. Sharing's the topic.
Right.
And so we figured we share a ride with some people around town, you
Uh-huh.
included, and share some tunes that are some of our favorites.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so we're wondering, Pastor Matt,
Okay. Yeah.
what is your favorite kind of music?
All right, let's try a little bit of this.
Hey, hey, wow.
So
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
listen to something else.
Okay, how about this one?
Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Talk about where we're going before we get lost. Maybe our thoughts can't get where we're going without knowing. I've never felt like this before. I apologize if I'm moving too far. Can we just talk? Can we just talk? Figure out where we're going. Yeah.
So much fun. I'm
So
loving
great.
these songs, you
Yeah,
guys.
totally.
But you know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for the song
that everybody knows.
Yeah.
Because we want everybody to sing along out there. Okay, so anybody got
Guys, I got this.
You got that?
Oh, he has it.
Check this out.
Okay. Yes.
Perfect song.
Oh, yeah. You guys ready for this? I hope so.
You are my fire, the one desire. Believe when I say I want it that way. But we are two worlds apart. Can't reach to your heart when you say that I want it that way. Here we go! Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way.
Look who else is randomly roaming the streets. Are you kidding me? Come on. You guys, you're not going to believe this. Look at it. It's the man.
What's up,
That's the Craig. What's up, man?
What's going on? Oh, we are doing some carpool karaoke in here.
Yes, we
right?
are.
I've always wanted to do that.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
we
Yes.
Today's your lucky
And I
day.
have my favorite one too.
Do you? Well, hey,
Yes.
as long as it's not "Don't Stop Believing" from Journey, right?
That song stinks.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Strangers racing up and down the boulevard. Their shadows searching in the night.
Good. That was really good. Yeah, yeah. Here we go.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Streetlights, people. Don't stop believing. Streetlights, people.
Don't stop believing.
What happened?
What's going on?
We're out of gas.
You serious? You kidding? How much do I pay you?
I don't even know whose car this is.
Think about this. What is one thing that everybody on this planet has in common? Think about it. Whether you've got a whole lot, or a little, or anything in between, we in the Zone believe that everybody has something to share. Matter of fact, would you say that with me? Here we go. Everybody has something to share. Good job. Now, if you're like me, you learned about sharing from a really, really young age, right? I mean, even before your little baby mouth could say the word share, your parents were like, hey, you gotta give your sister a turn. You gotta give your cousin the last lollipop. You can't just grab a toy out of Timmy's hands and kick him over. That's not nice. Whether we're being reminded about sharing or whether we're reminding ourselves, like a lot of us grown-ups have to do sometimes, when we hear the word share in our brain, it's not usually with fireworks and a lot of exciting music. It often feels kind of like this, kind of a downer. Like, oh, come on, I gotta share, I gotta give the stuff that I have. I like my stuff, I'm comfortable, I don't wanna do that. But that's not always the case. Some of us are really, really good people. We really wanna share, but we're not always confident that what we have is something that people would want. So maybe we get a little scared of sharing, because what if they laugh at us? What if what we have to offer isn't good enough? And it makes it even worse when we look over to this person right here. This person who, for whatever reason, just loves to share. I mean, no matter what day it is, no matter what they got in the bank account, they're always sharing. Here, have this, take that, boom, boom, boom. I mean, who loves sharing that much? Nobody could be that happy. Seriously, man. Got my eye on you. It's weird, it's weird. But maybe you're not like any of these. Maybe you've given all you had to give, but maybe it just didn't feel like enough. Maybe it didn't feel like it made any difference whatsoever, and it made you a little discouraged, a little sad. Maybe you even ask God, what difference does it make if I'm just one tiny drop in a really big bucket? And so you were sad, you were discouraged, and maybe you even ask God, what's the point of all this if it doesn't make a difference? And maybe you're still waiting for an answer. Well, when you look in the Bible for answers, you'll see what God has to say about sharing. In Luke 6:38, he says, give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be poured into your lap. With the same measure you give, it will be given to you. And that's an amazing promise because basically God is saying, if you share, you'll be blessed. But what if I told you that something even more powerful happens when you make a choice to share, even better than getting your blessing back? What if I told you that all of us are like dots floating in space, and none of us are connected to one another? He's a dot, you're a dot, I'm a dot, she's a dot. We're not looking at each other, we're not talking to each other, we're trying to kind of avoid each other until one of us makes a really important choice. A choice to share. Doesn't matter if it's a kind word or a gift, whatever it is, we decide we're gonna make that connection. And when that connection happens, it's almost like we're playing a really big game of connect the dots. And what happens when you connect dots? Well, you create a picture, right? And that's the cool thing about sharing. As soon as we connect the dots by sharing with those around us, we create a picture of the love of Jesus Christ, the one who was first to share, the one who gave his life on a cross so that you and I could be free from the consequences of our sin. What's so amazing, what's so big, what's so powerful about the simple act of sharing with the person next to you? Well, when we do that, we create a picture of the God of the universe whose love for us overwhelms us. It's bigger than anything we could ever imagine, and we get to be a picture of that for the world. There's nothing greater or bigger or more important than that. Now, that doesn't mean that sometimes you don't feel a little bit like this ping pong ball right here, tiny, puny, insignificant, but thank God the truth overwhelms what we feel. And the truth is that this ping pong ball, even though it's really tiny, can make a huge difference. Now, how do I know that? Well, because we've rigged up 600 mousetraps with 600 other ping pong balls just like this. And they're just waiting for one tap, one little push, one ping pong ball to take the leap and say, I'm gonna be the first one to share and cause a chain reaction that's bigger than any one of us. Are you ready to see this? Here we go. Ah! That was incredible. See, I think the biggest mistake you and I can make is underestimating what God can do with us. I mean, we're talking about the God who created the entire universe with his words. I mean, he breathed life into all humanity through his nose holes. He can do anything, and he can make a big difference through your simple act of sharing, if only you'll be willing to go first, to take the leap and make a chain reaction like you just saw. And you know what? Let's start by sharing our big idea together. Now, our big idea, for you grown-ups who don't know what that is the statement that we learn every single month in the Zone that has a biblical truth to it. We practice it and we do some pretty fun motions. Now, I want all the boys and girls in the Zone to stand up because we're gonna show them how it's done. That's you, up on your feet. If you come to the Zone, I'm talking to you. We're gonna do our big idea and we're gonna show these grown-ups how it's done. All right, pay attention, grown-ups. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. God gives it, I share it. All right, that was amazing, boys and girls. Give a big round of applause for our boys and girls. Now, were you paying attention, grown-ups? Because it is your turn. That's right, I want you all to stand up. If you're a grown-up, whoever you are in this room, stand up because we're gonna do our big idea one last time all together. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. God gives it, I share it. Oh. That was impressive. Give yourselves a big round of applause. You did good. You did really good. Now, parents, thank you so much for letting us take over your service today. We want you to know that every single weekend in the Zone, we have small groups with your kid. We gave you that group outline today in your bulletin. That's right, you can go home and do it with your family together. That's gonna be fun. Now, I'm gonna turn it over to your campus pastor who's got some really exciting news for you.